Okay, for this portion, we're going to actually go through and create the quiz. So I'm going to go to my TestGen where I've saved it in my applications folder. And I'm going to select a web test. And out of these choices, I'm going to select WebCT. So on my right is going to be my test, and on my left is going to be where I'm pulling the test items from. Now, I've cut this off a little bit, but I've downloaded the textbook multiple times, or the test bank multiple times, just trying to figure out how to make this work. So I'm going to click on the EMT textbook, and I'm going to go to Chapter 7, clicking twice on that, and now I can select my questions. So you can choose multiple questions from a chapter, and it'll ask you how many questions per chapter, and then you select all the chapters. Right now I'm just showing you the basic one question at a time, and you can still get it done pretty quickly. So if I want to pick question 2, I can drag it, and then if I want to pick question 4, again, drag it, and then 5. And you'll see that even though I picked 2, 4, and 5, it numbers it in the correct order. All right, so if I hover my mouse on this side and I go up to my menu, my ribbon at the top, rather, it won't allow me to export this. But if I start with my cursor over here on this side, and by the way, if you click on it, you can change the format of the question and whatever you want. So I'm going to hover over here, and I'm going to go up to my top left-hand screen and click on File, and I'll drop down to Export. It will give me the choice of how to export, and I'm going to go down to the same format, WebCT, Vista, a QTI, because that's what Canvas can read. So now it's asking me to save it, so I'll call it ANP quiz. I'll save it on my desktop, and there it is. So now I can upload it into Canvas. Okay, so now I'm in Canvas in my course, and I'm going to click on Quiz. And I'm going to hover to the right of quiz. Actually, let me start by opening the quiz, and I'll call it AMP. And then I want to make my questions. So I can make my questions by finding my questions. So first, before I can find them, I have to put them in my question bank. To put them in my question bank, I'm going to have to go over here to the left and select Settings. Once I select Settings, I can go to Import Course Content. Now you can see where I have uploaded other jobs before so that I can access quizzes. So I'm going to select my content type. And my content type is going to be the QTI zip file, because that's the kind of file that we already made that's compatible. Browsing, picking my AMP quiz, it's zipped, I'm going to open it, and I'm going to select a new question bank. So I can either put it in these other question banks that I've already made, or I can make a new one altogether. And I might call it AMP or Chapter 7, whatever I want. And I hit Import. So now it's queued, and from there it'll it's completed already because there were hardly any questions. So now I can go to quizzes and I can make myself a new quiz. So AMP, and to make my questions, click on my questions, and now I can look in my bank. So there's my AMP3 questions. There's my 3 questions I uploaded. I'm going to select all, add the questions, and there they are. Save them. And now I can edit it any way I want. Take the quiz, save it, and when we preview it, we'll see that it looks just like we thought. So I'll just quickly tap these things just so you can see how it's going to submit the quiz just like you're supposed to. And now I can see whether I'm correct or not, and it'll grade it for me. So the first and most extensive part of this is downloading the TestGen, downloading the test bank, and then after that it's basically just creating a document, dragging and dropping the questions, and then uploading them to Canvas. So this took me a while to figure this out, but now that I've got it figured out, it was taking me an hour and a half to copy and paste test items from a test bank into Canvas, and I tried multiple different ways to do this, and finally I found that by doing this way, I made a 50 question multiple choice quiz in probably about 10 or 15 minutes, and I made a 100 question multiple choice quiz using 4 different chapters. It was just a practice quiz, and I made that in probably 20 minutes, 25 minutes at the very, very most. And that was my first attempt, so I expect I'll get even faster the more I practice doing it. Hope it helps.